I haven't seen my brother for years, and at least it's been a long time since he's been up to see me, or down over to see me, and so I thought I'd make this video and share it on the internet. What the heck. So this is our backyard. Planted those Photinia years ago. I wish they would take off. It's funny how one did and the others didn't. And then I went and bought some oleanders, and doggone it, I accidentally grabbed a couple of miniatures. But here's something kind of fun. This is a balcony up here, and what I'm doing is I'm making a living banister? Yeah. I think that's wisteria. So that's all growing from this barrel here, but I imagine those roots have busted through the bottom of that by now. So anyhow, this is our covered deck and the koi. About 10 years old. Let's see, I've got a fig tree growing in there in the stream and a bunch of other things. There's a lingularia. I love that. It's funny they renamed that plant, but I still like lingularia. And then bear's breech, and this isn't doing too good. I put too much blood meal on it. Almost killed it, but it's a false strawberry. So there's the back of our house. And this is my shop. And let me take you back here. This is where I have all my fun. I've got some wooden tanks that I'm building. These will be, well, they'll be like deep water culture, but actually I'm going to place a shelf in them and use them for wicking beds. I've got another one that's in the greenhouse right now. I just got this from a guy off Craigslist, getting it running. You do have it running now, but it's not running right. So this is, let me take you back here first. So this is the kind of like the garden compound, and I've got this fence that I put up around it to keep the deer out. And I have to say it was quite a lucky coincidence. A friend of mine had to move, and I got most of this fencing for free, just by removing his chicken coop and then reusing all the materials. This is in the front here is a Dutch bucket hydroponic system, and those tomatoes are just going gangbusters. I mean, they are doing better than the ones in the dirt. So yeah, I have to say that hydroponics is pretty darn good. Let me take you on back here. Show you a couple other things I got going on. This is my junkie area. But, and you know, everybody who gardens is always proud of their compost. This is my compost here. Oh, that thing didn't compost. Anyway, let's see here. I've got some strawberries. They're little escapes. They weren't really planted there. And I'm not going to open this up, but I've got mushrooms growing under this tarp, and there's a little box for sand, and straw barrel over there. Come on through the gate here, which I keep closed because I have deer that want to come in here and eat my stuff. So this is an above ground septic system here, and I don't really know, but I think I moved at least a minimum of 20 yards of dirt by hand to build this. Here, let's go on up first. So there's where the effluent comes in to this above ground septic system. It's called a, let's see, Oh, I'll think of it some other time. Anyway, here's my corn. It's starting to take off. I got some cucumbers and squashes and things planted back in there behind here. Got some poppies and cilantro growing over here in the corner. But all of this area around here, around this raised area, which is my engineered septic system, that's what it's called, an ESS. This area all around it is done with a method called hugelkulture, where I've buried large pieces of wood, mulberry basically. I found a big, huge mulberry tree that was being given away, and so we took the rounds and threw them under there, and then put nice compost and worm castings on top. Now this area is just covered with wood, weed cloth, and then I put some wood chips on it. The purpose of hugelkulture is that the wood will decay and kind of be like a sponge for water, and eventually this garden will not even need to be watered. But I do currently have above ground watering system, a drip system in place. Now these, that one's not planted yet, are wicking beds, as are these two here. Those are more hugelkulture. The thing with the wicking beds is they have a reservoir of water underneath of the soil. And what I'm doing, which is kind of an experiment, is I'm recirculating that water several times a day to keep it aerated. And normally you don't do that. Normally there is no recirculation, and it's not really required. Over here I have several more beds, and they're not being recirculated, and they're doing fine. So these are carrots and potatoes. I've got several different kinds of potatoes in here. Now this is part of the bioponics. The bioponic system is over here. It started out as an aquaponic system, but I've switched it up to a bioponics, and basically that uses Humona for its nutrients, and Humona is aged urine. I age it for minimum of 4 months. I mean, it's getting older and older. I age my urine, and it turns to ammonia, and that ammonia is good for creates through the bacterial action, it creates the nitrate for the plants. This is a little bed I made for just doing cuttings and starts. Got a avocado tree, but I did not know you need 2 avocados to make avocados, so it's never had avocados. I got some, let's see, what is that, watercress here, and let's see, got artichokes, and that's a cucumber there, and a bunch of tomatoes. I probably planted way too close together, but that's all right. They'll make more tomatoes. So this is the hugelkulture, and I've got some starts in here. Pretty much whatever I don't use in the couple of beds that I don't have planted out, I'll just give away to friends. And this is my potting station. I'm just setting this up. I want to put this in the shade. I'm going to build a little shade around it. Just planted these radishes probably a week ago. This is a very special jalapeno that has no heat to it. So I've got all of my wicking beds. I've got all of my beds covered with wood chips. These wood chips hold the moisture into the soil, and that's a good thing, so that we don't have to use so much water. Well, I may have to take it back. That tomato right there is going pretty darn good. And so I'd say, well, maybe the hydroponics and and the wicking beds are doing about the same then. I've got a few plants here that I started from cuttings. Trying to keep them in the shade so these pots don't dry out too much. I just got a kumquat tree the other day. Looking forward to that. From over here it takes quite a while. So walk along here next to the greenhouse, which I built quite a long time ago, but I never used it. Well, I used it, but it was too hot basically. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you my mess in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put those new wood tanks in here where this is, along this wall, and I'm also going to put over in this corner, I'm going to build a rocket mass stove to keep this warm, so I'll be able to get my seed starts done in here. Have plenty of light, and what I'm going to do to keep it from getting too hot is I'm going to remove some of the glazing up here near the top and make that such that it can be opened, because well, I did have a cooler in here, and yeah, that kept it cool, but yeah, once again, using so much electricity to produce just a little bit of vegetables just is kind of ridiculous. So anyway, there's the old greenhouse, and we're going to get that going again. And this is the bioponic system. It's got gravel. I've had some trouble with this gravel, which I would give you just a little hint here. Some gravels do not provide a good cation exchange, and this system is constantly in need of a pH adjustment, and so at some point I intend to remove this gravel and replace it with a media that works better. I mean, I can keep it there, you know, but it's a constant battle. Let's see, what is that? That's a lilac. I love the smell of lilac. And I don't know, is that wisteria? Something like that. So I just built this fence here. Yeah, it's all scraps, but it was free. And then I've got the 55-gallon barrel here, and right now I'm sanitizing it with some sodium perborate. Let me take you up this ladder here and show you what's going on. It's got an airlift pump here. That's just a little bit of air going in there. I've got it throttled back right now, but yeah, that just keeps it churned up. And so I make compost tea about every day. This is kind of just a heap of wood that I keep using and throwing back in. Always nice to have little scraps of wood around. So this is my indoor aquaponics. Kind of what got me all started into this business. Got my catfish going here, and they're all part of the aquaponics system. This tank is not part of the aquaponics system. Got a couple of tilapia in there just because I like to watch them. Now, I don't know if these guys are going to eat, but because they get a little camera shy, every time I put a camera over the tank, they just kind of freak out. But we'll see if they come up to the surface here. Well, they're kind of checking it out. See, they know. They see this camera, and it's like, oh, you know, I'm not getting up there. Anyway, usually they, yeah, more like that. You know, it gets to be a whole bunch of them all surfacing to get their food, but yeah, they just do that to me. But I really like this room for taking cuttings, and what I also use it for is I transplanted all these cucumbers yesterday, and so this sits in a wicking bed situation. This used to be a deep water culture raft system. Well, it still is in a way. I mean, still got that going here, and over here, to filter the solids, I've got a small section here devoted to gravel, and that also provides my filtration, by bacteria. And so then, so when I take cuttings, like here's some Christmas cactus, and shoot, I forget the name of that plant right there. Oh, let's see, I got some bottle brush going. I've got some indeterminate tomatoes, and so I've been taking the suckers off of them and putting them in here. This is straight perlite, and so it wicks up, from the water that it's sitting in. These trays are set so that the bottoms of these pots just sit maybe an inch into the water. Got some celery back here. It's kind of fun, to take kitchen scraps and plant them. And there's the vertical sausage, which, to tell you the truth, the water is not really running there anymore. The line got clogged up, but that's just wicking up because the bottom of the sausage sits in the water. So that's wicking up quite a ways. And then down here is the sump tank. I've got some mosquito fish down in there, and this is the radial filter. And I got to say, radial filters work great. I love it. And this is my Oxalis triangularia or something like that. Love this plant. It's just such a beautiful plant. Purple. I love the color, and I like the shape of the leaves. I mean, isn't that gorgeous? So anyway, I would really like to propagate this, but I don't know. Basically, all I seem to be able to do is keep it alive. So, then down in here, let's see. I wish I had a piece of meat to feed this guy, but down in that tube is my crawdad. And I love to watch him eat. I put these guys in here actually to breed, but I don't think they're ever going to. Well, I've certainly gotten long-winded. Well, Larry, I hope you've enjoyed my video, and so I'll be talking to you later.